Happy Mother's Day, everybody, and happy Mother's Day to my mom, Lori, in New York. Miss her terribly. It's been a while, but I'm making plans to go up to see her soon, and I cannot wait because I love to cook and bake when I go see my mom. And speaking of baking, we're actually going to make today a Jersey crumb cake. And I know that's probably not the technical term for it, but I associate it with the Jersey Shore because we used to take the kids to Point Pleasant every summer and go to the bakery in the morning and get this coffee cake. And the crumbs on the top of it were a mile high, so it became very quickly our favorite thing to eat. So after a while, we kept trying to make it and figure it out, and I think I finally got it. So if you want to follow along, if you have my cookbook, here it is actually in there. So it's on page 64. So it's just called the Jersey Shore Crumb Cake. So this is the recipe. It's nice I didn't have to write it out this week. Finally had it for you guys and the directions. But I will post it on my page. Let's cook this. And but if you have the cookbook, you can get it right out of here. Just a few ingredients. What we started out with was basically a yellow cake mix. You can use any kind you want. I used the Betty Crocker. It's the butter flavored one. So you just go by the directions on the back and follow those. If you want to add a flavoring into it, you could add a teaspoon of vanilla in or a teaspoon of almond flavoring. If you wanted to make it lemon, you can make it lemon flavored. This is a very diverse crumb cake because if you want to add blueberries to it, strawberries, any of those things, you can. So Track is walking around here with his nails going today. And the dryer is going in the background. So if you hear squeaking, it's the dryer. Yep, life goes on here. We cook and life goes on. So, all right, first thing I want to show you guys, I'm going to open the oven here. I went ahead and I made one already. This is actually my second attempt at it today. The first one, my kitchen's not quite done, so I'm desperately trying to cook. So we have this one almost finished here in the oven. The crumbs are on it. It's in the middle of baking. And I went ahead and just made one now. So as you see, if I jiggle it here, let me see if I can, it's very raw. And while that's in there, we're going to go ahead and make the crumbs for it. Because this is the most important part. This is actually what makes the cake. So you want to have a big bowl, so that you can mix thoroughly in here. And the first thing we're going to start with is 4 cups of flour. So I have everything out already, but the flour I just kind of left in here. And remember with baking, you always want to be precise. So don't have a heaping cup of flour. You have to level everything off. And that's always the best thing to do this way. Everything, see, real easy, just like that. Nice level cup. And we're going to do 4 of these. And this is how easy this cake is because by the time you have it in the oven and it's got through its first 15-minute phase, your crumbs are done. So is the dryer. All right, so this is the 3rd cup. Don't let me lose count here because it's important. We'll have mushy crumbs. That's 3. And remember, this is a dry measuring cup now. It's not the glass one because that's for liquid. All right, so this should do it. We'll just smooth this out. And we're done. Okay, so that's 4 cups of all-purpose flour. I've never used any other kind of flour, so if someone asks me, can I use bread flour, can I use self-rising? I don't know, because I've only used all-purpose. Actually, I have my coffee all ready to have the coffee cake. Second ingredient going in is 1 cup of sugar. So we're just going to add that right to it. So we have the flour and the sugar. And then 2/3 cups of light brown sugar. Did not pack it. I put it in there very nicely. I love brown sugar. I could eat that whole thing. Isn't that crazy? Love it. The next thing we're going to do, it just calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon. So I don't have Abby's teaspoon, and we're going to shake Abby's jumbo cinnamon thing here. I love it. Okay, there's some cinnamon in there. Okay, and what I'm just going to kind of get these dry ingredients kind of incorporated around, because if I were to put the butter in here now, a big clump of brown sugar would stick to the butter, or a big clump of sugar, and it just doesn't get mixed evenly. So I'm just kind of mix these dry ingredients around, and then It doesn't even look like anything, does it? It just looks like flour. Now, this is where the diet part comes. This is actually 3 sticks of butter. And I just slice them up because it's easier to blend this way. If we were to put the 3 big sticks in here, you know, it would be really, really difficult. So I went ahead, and they're kind of room temperature. If I push down on them, see my thumb, it'll break apart. So that's the good temperature that you want. You don't want them melted or really mushy. You want them just like this. When you push down, it leaves an imprint on it. Okay. So I was really excited to make this today. One, because, you know, it is Mother's Day, and I did bake a lot with my mom in the kitchen. I did not bake this cake with her, though. I made it plenty of times for her, but she did not make this cake. My mother always we had a lot of company come over to our house when we were young. We lived in the neighborhood. I had my aunts and uncles. We all lived in one little neighborhood together. And so it was great. You know, we were always at each other's house. And we did have a few people that weren't family in there. And they would all get together at each other's houses in the afternoon. You know, that's back in the day. You know, moms didn't work. You know, they made dinner. They were behind the stove 24/7, and they took a break for coffee and tea in the afternoon. My mother would always go, "Oh my God, here comes your aunt, go get the coffee cake out." Or, "Here comes Mrs. Cutler, go get the coffee cake, go get the Entenmann's." So still to this day, coffee cake is very important in our lives. We eat it a lot, don't we, Abs?
Yeah.
I went to Annie's on last Sunday, was it? Brought a coffee cake. Just part of life. Everybody loves them. And a lot of people, when I posted that we were making this today, it just brought back so many memories for them. And they said, "Oh my gosh, we had coffee cake all the time." All right, you know, I wanted this utensil so bad. I never had a pastry cutter. And I said, well, you know what, let me get one. I don't like it. Good old hands. They were already washed. And I can actually feel this now. So now I know it's mixing up. So I go from the bottom and get the dry ingredients out, and then I just kind of smush it through the butter like this. See that? Took my rings off. I get my nails done all the time at this same place, and this guy always says to me, "I can tell that you cook because you always have schmutz under your nails."
Ew.
I try. I take a toothpick and stuff. I wear gloves. And what do I always say? Your hands are your tools, not your jewels. All right. We got this almost completely incorporated. It's not going to be like a dough ball. That's not what you want. You want it to be dry like this. If you can see, Abs, it's kind of like a little, if you clump it together, it'll stay. So that's what you want. So you just want the butter to go all through it like this and there. And get it off the bottom, all the flour and the sugar and the cinnamon. It smells good, doesn't it? Okay. I think that's good. So don't worry if it's still dry, because I'm going to show you how to put it on the cake and how you can get those mile-high crumbs. All right, we're going to go to the sink. I did want to show you me and Tracker's matching apron and bandana today, because my girl Gloria from Jersey, she must have known it was the Jersey crumb cake. And so she sent us in the mail yesterday for Mother's Day this beautiful apron that I'm wearing. And it's filled with flowers. It's really, really pretty. It's a really pretty Mother's Day one. And Tracker has his on too. Right, Track? Track, where's your thing? He's a little pouty today, huh? Oh, there he is. Huh? Look how pretty you are. He's a boy, too. Okay, this is how we do this. So, this has been in here 15 minutes, okay? And we're going to take this out now while it is still raw. And we're going to take these crumbs and we're going to put some on the top. I'm just going to go like this all along. And it's okay if, like, you know, some of them sink in a little bit. It just goes down into the cake. And see how I'm taking it out of the bowl and I'm just like kind of smushing it together and just kind of laying it on top. There we go. We're going to have a lot of coffee cake.
Yeah.
Because I already made one, and now we have this one.
That's fine.
It is fine. Everybody will eat it. People love it, even at the restaurant. They're like, you got any coffee cake? It's not even on the menu, and they want it.
Oh, Anthony's job now, too.
Oh, yeah. Abby made a coffee cake, the one I posted on my page, and her husband brought it to work with him, and now that's his job all the time. And now Abby has to make this coffee cake. She will be a pro.
At least it's easy.
It is easy. Look at that. It was a box cake mix, and you already have flour and sugar and all that. All right, look how beautiful these crumbs are. They're piled high. I have a lot left over. I wonder why. Did you? Did you pour them on?
I put the whole thing on, yeah.
Okay. Let's put the whole thing on.
My chunks weren't as big. My crumbles.
Oh. It's probably better because mine are really buttery, so it takes...
No, you're the pro.
I'm not the pro. There we go. How's that?
Wow.
It's beautiful. Okay. That's number 2 now that we have for today. All right. I'm sorry, Trax. I'm running over you here, buddy. He decides to lay right there. Okay. That's the only thing about it if you use your hands. You got to wash them a lot. Okay, so this one's going to go back in now. It was already in for 15 minutes. While it was cooking, we made the crumbs, and now we put the crumbs on top, and now it's going to go back in the oven. And depending on how your oven is or how thick your pan is, sometimes that changes the cooking time here, or even our ovens are always calibrated a little bit differently. I'm going to tell you on the recipe, I think it said to put it back in for half an hour. Yes. So what you want is just basically to cook the crumbs because the cake's almost done.
What temp?
350, just like on the box says. Okay, we're going to put this baby in, and we're going to take the other one out. I'm just going to show you the finished product. And I was hoping that it would be done. Oh, yeah, it is done. I was hoping that it would be done and that we could cut it, but if we cut it now, it's a little too hot. So for the finishing touches on this, you just want to take some powdered sugar and sprinkle it on the top, and you can cut them and they'll come right out. This is going to cool, and the top is just going to get a little bit crispy, and then go ahead and put the powdered sugar on when it's cooled. If you do it when it's hot, it's not going to stick. It's going to melt into it. So there you go. There's how to make Jersey Shore Crumb cake. I did have a second if I wanted to show them how to make something over here. I'm actually climbing over Tracker here. This is not in my cookbook, but with summer coming, I thought it was really nice to show you guys something else you could do when you grow herbs. Now, I'm waiting to show you guys how to actually make your own spices and stuff in the spice cabinet, and how to dry these in an oven, really on low temperature. But if you want to do something really quick or give a quick gift to somebody, filling an oil bottle with oil and herbs is a really cute little gift. And this will stay for a long time, and you can use it on your bread at home. You can dip anything into it that you want to, some olives and stuff. So what I did was from my garden today, which I'm so proud of, I went ahead and I picked some rosemary. So I'm just going to stick that down in there. And we want to put the herbs in before the oil. I learned that the other day. I filled them with oil, and I put the herbs in. Bam, overflowed. This is oregano. Smells like Little Italy in here. Alrighty. So we're making an Italian blend here of oil. You could do just rosemary if you wanted. You could do just basil, but this is thyme. So now we're going to shove a little bit of thyme in here. So these are basically all the herbs that you would find if you buy that Italian seasoning in the store. Okay, and now we're going to put the basil leaves down in there. And it's going to get so pretty, guys. And you're going to leave it out on your counter, and every time you use this, the longer it sits, the more the oil gets infused. And so it's going to taste super good. And we can actually probably stick like a little something down there. My fingers, there. Fill it up, because it can never have too much. If you wanted to put a couple peppercorns in here, you could. Or if you wanted a little bit spicy, you could put a little bit of the red pepper flakes in there. A garlic clove on the bottom is always good too. Okay, so those are the herbs we have. Now you can keep those, Abby. And now this is extra virgin olive oil. This is the kind we use at the restaurant. So I'm going to attempt to pour this. I could not find a little thing that what's that thing called? Funnel. Okay, so I'm just going to fill this jar up, and I'm going to put the top on, and I'm going to let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow this is going to be really good to eat with bread. You can put some over your eggs and stuff. There's a lot you can do with olive oil. You can cook a steak in it. What up, Track?
What?
What up, buddy? Okay, there you go. Look how pretty it is, just to even look at it. Look how pretty that is. Just top it off. I got these on Amazon. I have the link on my Facebook page so you can tell where to get them. And look at this. You have Italian olive oil now that you can use with a ton of things. So there you go. All right, guys, we made a coffee cake today. We made oil. We're done. Oh, yeah, Abby's right. I have one more quick thing I wanted to show you. Since it is Mother's Day, we wanted to do a giveaway for you guys. Just a cute little basket here. And if you want a chance to win this, you just have to like the video and share it with somebody. And we're going to put your name in a pool, and we'll pick the winner, and we will definitely mail it to you. So in here, it just has like a cute little pioneer woman. We love her. So this is just like something to take for lunch. There's a pot holder set in here. Look at these cute little measuring spoons I found. I love them. They're pink. Aren't they cute? For Mother's Day. And then here's the matching measuring cups for it. And then we have a double spatula set here, and it says good friends bring great joy. And then this I love this so much since I wear an apron a day. This is made by Maison de Hermine. It's a beautiful company that has great linens and kitchen stuff, and this is a beautiful apron for you guys. So then you can wear an apron a day and cook. So if you would like a chance to win this Mother's Day basket, this little giveaway, and you know, we might just stick one of these oils in there. How's that? There we go. Just like the video and share it with somebody, and we'll put your name in, and then we'll let you know this week. Abby will have to figure that out for me because I don't know. And that's going to be it. So you guys have a great Mother's Day. Enjoy coffee with your family. Enjoy the coffee cake. I know I'm about to have this.